And welcome back to Sports Visions. I'm joined by the University of Georgia head coach, Mark Richt. Welcome to the show, Coach.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you, Dale.
Thank you for being able to come see us.
Sure.
We're going to get right to it.
All right.
You've been the head coach and chief prophet over these guys, and much has been said about what do you see this team going, and what's your expectations?
Well, we're about to go through the fire a little bit with this preseason camp, a little bit of two-a-days, not as much as we used to have as far as 2 days, but we're going to find out what's in their belly, find out how hungry they are and find out how hard they're willing to work to prepare for this opportunity. And I'll know a lot more about them then than I know now, but from past history and from, knowing that we have an awful lot of guys that have played a lot of football for us and played it very well, unless they went backwards, we'll be in pretty good shape.
Okay, last year a lot kind of happened and some transitional things were happening with Mike Bobo getting to call the plays.
Right.
As an old offensive coordinator and of calling the plays, how hard was that to
It was hard to do, but it was the right time to do it. It was the right time. It was the right thing to do. I think it's very healthy for me because I had too many irons in the fire, so to speak. And I think it was very healthy for Georgia football too, because Mike is ready and really proud of the job he did, and Coach Martinez has been doing it for a while too, and all of our coaches get involved. I mean, it's not just a one-man call because people game plan all week long, and then one guy actually spews it out. But I'm just real proud of all of our coaches.
Okay, and I got to ask you this question because it seemed like you just went through a transformation last year after the Tennessee game. It was kind of like you have done a great job of keeping the tradition of some of the things that we did when we were at Georgia. But one of the biggest things I noticed, you relinquished some of your responsibilities. You started being a head coach and coaching and managing the whole game, getting in the defense phase, getting in on the special team.
A little bit.
And I saw a metamorphosis there. Do you think you've made a full turn in becoming that head coach that you really want to be at this time?
Well, I think so. I'm in better position to do it. I have more time and really a different perspective to see the big picture in season as it goes on. I mean, in the past, I'm coaching like everybody else as hard as I can. And then at the end of the year, we reflect as a staff, hey, we could have done this better, we could have done that better. Now I have a perspective in season where I can make some changes if I think we need to make some changes in the heat of the battle rather than wait until it's over.
Okay, now much has been said about the road schedule that you have this year. We got a hectic road schedule, but you got an 80% winning percentage on the road. What do you attribute your road victories and your success on the road to?
Well, I think one of the biggest things that happened for us at Georgia is we have had some quarterbacks that can handle the pressure of the crowd. I mean, the QB of all the positions on your team, that's the one that is most affected by the crowd. He has to communicate when you can't hear a thing, and he's got to be able to just handle the pressure of something going bad and them cheering against you, But David Green, outstanding. Shockley, as good as it gets, and now Stafford has really come on in that role, and that's been big. And then the other thing is, I believe that our coaches and our players just don't believe in panicking, don't believe in folding to the pressure.
Okay, and again, God bless his soul. I played under Irk Russell, and I think he was speaking prophetically way back when he used to tell us that every game in the SEC was for the national championship. Do you feel that same pressure right now?
Well, I think every game we play, period, is really for the national championship, and that's not Georgia, that's everybody. Everybody who thinks they're in the race, if you lose, you might be out. If you win every game, you might be out, That's the thing about it. We can't control the Eastern Division. We can control the Southeastern Conference. We, meaning myself Georgia and all the other teams in the league. But we really can't control whether or not we're in that final game or not.
Okay.
Ask Auburn that, right?
That's right. That's right. That's big. Yeah. And and you're in a conference, the toughest conference in the nation by far, and we beat up on each other in the SEC. But one of the biggest things that I want to ask you are we living in an era now where you can have 2 losses and win the national championship?
I hope it's an era of that. We know what happened last year. That's
right.
Not necessarily an era, but I think it's possible, and I think it's probably most possible in the Southeastern Conference, because I think the major amount of respect that the nation has for our league. I think there might come a day when a SEC has 2 losses, SEC team has 2 losses, and maybe leap another team with just 1. And you know, I hope that day is this year.
That's good. That's good. There you have it. Head coach of the University of Georgia Bulldogs, Mark Richt. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.